Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to get your little tomato plants ready in their net cups and get them ready for the hydroponic system. Show you how to wash the roots out and stand them up in their little cups, and this is the way I've been doing it for a while and it works just fine. And the materials I use, there are different materials you can use that are more expensive, but let's check it out. Okay, first thing you need is your net cup, and I reuse these every year, clean them out. And one thing I've done, because the roots are real fine when you wash the soil off the tomato plants, and you want them to come down through the bottom and touch the water, I'll snip this bottom out so they hang out real easily in a clump instead of trying to pull them through these net cups if your net cup doesn't quite reach the water. Now if your net cup reaches the water, that's fine if they just sit there like that, but I like my roots to hang out the bottom, and this is what I do. Lets a big old clump of roots grow out of there. Next thing you need is obviously some plants to put in it, these tomato plants, and something else you need is something to stand them up in your little net cup. I use these lava rocks. You've seen them for landscaping and stuff. There's a bunch of little ones down in here, or I'll bust them up with a hammer. And I use those. You can get different things like marbles. I'd say pea gravel may work. You got those little clay balls you can buy, but they're so expensive depending on how big you want your setup. I'm only doing 4 plants, maybe 5 this year. And I found these clay marbles, so I'm going to use those for some and the lava rocks for the other. And let's get to cleaning these things off, getting the roots ready. When you open up your bag of lava rocks, you're going to find a bunch of big ones, all different sizes. I like to dig down the very bottom and get these small ones. It only takes a couple of handfuls. It's alright if you have a few big ones. You'll see what I do with them here in a second. Alright, once you picked out a nice little, enough amount to do all your cups, I'll put them in. This is a flower pot, obviously. You got your drain holes. You could use a strainer from inside, but this is already dirty. And what you want to do is rinse these things off, because they are covered in dust from being in that bag and being shaken around and stepped on and everything and shipping. And you don't want all that red dust in your hydroponic system, because it could clog your little pump up. And I don't know how good it is for your tomatoes. Anyways, it's just real dusty, so I usually just dust them off like this. Not a big deal. Don't take long to do. Okay, that's all there is to that. Alright, the next thing you need to do is find yourself a nice little tomato plant and clean it up and get it ready. You want to get all the dirt, whatever it's growing in, get every bit of it off. And depending on where you get out of this sun, depending on where you get your tomato plant, if you get it from, you can get it from the big box stores, wherever. It's going to have real fine dirt in it, the potting soil that they use. So it's going to be hard to get all the dirt out, but you can wash the heck out of these plants. It's not going to hurt them. I've done it lots of times, and I'll show you here in a second. I don't think a lot of this potting soil that I use, these are tomato plants that I planted from seed. I don't think it's going to stick to the roots very much, but I'll show you what I do here. Let's this is a Berry's Crazy Cherry. Roots have grown out through this stuff, but there's still a bunch in this soft stuff that I originally planted it in. So you want all that out. And these are fine little hairs, but you can wash the heck out of it. And you can do this on concrete or something, so you can kind of lay it down and spray it around, but I just happen to be sitting here in the grass. See, this dirt was real easy to wash out, and there's still a few little pieces of wood in there, and I'm going to use 2 hands to get this out, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've cleaned a pretty good bit of this potting soil, whatever the heck it is, out of this. It isn't got to be perfect. If it's stuck in there that good, it's not going to come out and get in your hydroponic system. But here's what the roots in this little guy looks like. Hey everybody. And then I put it in my net cup, pull the roots out the bottom. If I can do this without tearing them too much. Because you want your roots to hang in the water. Alright. And then, my hands are shaking. I guess I'm nervous on camera here. You just take your rocks and drop them in here. Shake them a little bit so they settle. And really all you're doing with this is supporting the plant while it starts to grow. Because once it grows, it's going to push all these rocks out of the way a little bit and fill this up. You want something that's going to kind of give, so you don't want it too tight. You want it loose sitting in there just like that. And then, let's switch around here. Alright, got her in her little pot. And all you do, set it down your little hole. And she's loaded up. And when the water's running through here, you can't really see it. But your water's going to be running across them roots. Those roots are long enough where they're actually touching the bottom. I don't think you can see it in there. But that's all there is to that. And I'm going to go ahead and pot up these other ones. And I'm going to put one here, one here. I'll do 5. I'm going to do one on the end too. I might just do 4. We'll see what we got down here to choose from. Some of these I don't know what they are. We might grab one of them. Just one more of these off to show you what kind of problems you might run into. This is a Dr. Witch's Yellow. This one has nice loose stuff too, so it won't be too aggravating. It's kind of jostle it around. Even though these roots are super fine in this particular planting potting soil, it's not going to hurt it. You're going to have little wood chips and junk get stuck in there, but you can pick them out with your fingers. It's got a good root system. You want to get these particles out, I guess mainly because they could clog your pump up. But that's about the only thing they're going to hurt, as far as I know. And if you have one of the big old pumps, they ain't even going to hurt that. They'll just blow right through. They're just going to get hung up in your roots later on. Alright. Another pot. Like I said, I cut these bottoms out so I can drop my roots out of there. Yeah, get out of there. You don't really want them to bunch up in the bottom of your thing. You want them trailing down in your pipe. Take that yellow leaf off. And some rocks in here. Stand this guy up. Shake them around so they settle. And all these do is hold it up steady while it's growing, because once it gets real high, real tall, foot or so, you're gonna want to string it up so to have something to run up and support it. All right, let's put this guy in here. I'm gonna put him down to the end. This is Dr. Witchy. Your tab. Put your little tag in there so you know what they are, or write it on your tube, whatever. This one here, I'm going to move it down one, because once these things start growing, their roots just go crazy, and their roots will go all the way down in this and all the way down in that, and they'll get up by where your water's being fed in, and they can clog it up or slow the flow, and you don't want that. That's way on into the season when your plants get like 4 or 5 foot tall. But this year I'm not going to do one every foot like I have before. I'm just going to do 4 this year. That way they got plenty of room. That'll be cool. All right, this one's in a little bit finer potting soil. I just want to show you that you can really, I mean, sometimes you have to put it on full blast to get the dirt out. And it's not going to hurt it. Or it hasn't yet. But yeah, I'll have to take my fingers and dig some chips of wood out. But using a strong jet of water ain't going to hurt these things. Alright, something else I want to mention. I got those pretty clean. Still got some wood chips. But something else I want to mention is when you put them in here, you want some of your roots up in the cup. You don't want all your roots down in the water in your drain pipe, because they have to have air. And if you get more into hydroponics, like seriously, and not just this setup, you can put like an aerator stone from an aquarium to get more oxygen in the water in your reservoir, and that helps them grow quicker and better and healthier. But when you're doing this, make sure some of your roots are up in your rocks like that. Your plant's a little bit up so you don't drown her before she gets started. All right, let's put her in the system. And I'm putting this in a ways from the drain pipe, because the roots will be going down, clogging that drain up. Let's see if you can see. Like the water is that low right now. You want to make sure they're hanging down in the water. That sits real nice. Okay, we got all our tomato plants set up in there, and give them some space this year. I think they'll do a lot better not being so close. All right, that's it. All right, y'all, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you try this out. It's really cool, real interesting to do, real easy, and I think you'll have a lot of success with it. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here, mix up my fertilizer. I'll make another video about that here in just a few minutes or the next couple of days. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.